Our week-long profile of Make a Difference Day projects continues with two people who have never been on this show before. Good luck with that. One of the crown jewels of the Wenatchee Valley, unquestionably closing in their 90th year, is Ohme Gardens. And they got a couple of big things going up. We're going to be talking about getting Ohme Gardens ready for the winter, cleaning it up and all that stuff. That's their Make a Difference Day project. But something else is going to happen on the 25th of October, which is something we're going to touch on first. As we go down the road, to my immediate left is the new, what is your title at Ohme Gardens, Nina?
I am the garden director at Ohme Gardens.
Garden director of Ohme Gardens, Nina Howell. Her husband Jamie's been on this show many, many times. And on my far left is the guy who's in charge of making sure it looks good, right? Is that pretty much
That's
Jason?
correct,
Is that
yeah.
it?
Well, yeah.
What's your official title?
Maintenance technician.
Maintenance technician.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
First of all, yeah.
Jason Browning.
Jason Browning. First of all, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You guys are both first timers, so just a little bit about each of you. We'll start with you, Jason. Introduce yourself to our television audience.
Yeah, so born and raised here. Been here for 28 years now, and strong family connections here, and so it's happy. My mother got married up at Ohme Gardens, so that's kind of cool now to be a part of that system. So yeah, it's just cool to work at a place I've been around for a long time.
So my question is how does your yard look at home?
I have a rental, so I don't have to worry about it.
A little bit about you, Nina.
I've been in the Valley for about 15 years, and I've worked at a number of places, been self-employed for a decade, but this opportunity came up as the garden director. And it was just the universe coming together for me, and just drew me up there. And I'm really excited. I've been there for about 3 months now, and here I am.
The job opened. You and Jamie probably talked about it. You said, this is perfect for me. I got to get this, right?
Absolutely. Years ago, I went through the WSU Master Gardener program. I've always been a gardener. My background's in general management and marketing, and this is just a gem, just like you said, in the Valley, and I'm just excited to be there.
Is there a more beautiful 9.5 acres anywhere in the Valley than Ohme Gardens?
Nope.
There isn't, is there?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. And it's got everything. It's got tall trees and flowers and fountains and open spaces. It's beautiful. What are the challenges of maintaining that 9.5 acres with all the stuff that's going on, the elevation changes, the way it's located? That's got to be a real challenge for you and your crew.
Yeah, so we actually recently took down 4 trees that were dying, and one of them was at the very bottom of the hill, and so we use inmate workers to help us because of our lack of staff. And what ends up happening is that we all get in a big line, and we take one piece of wood at a time and carry it 20 yards to the next guy who carries it 20 yards. And so it can take a week just to take one tree out of the bottom of the hill.
Do you work with horticulturists and botanists and stuff to make sure everything is healthy and good, and you know, okay, that tree's in trouble or that bush might not make it? That kind of stuff? Or is
Actually,
it just...
one of the cool things is that the Ohmes weren't horticulturists. So this was built by people who, really didn't know what they were doing besides trial and error. So we kind of carry on that legacy. Although we do have the master gardeners come up every once in a while, and we have volunteers that know what they're doing that come up and help. So.
Ohme Gardens was in serious trouble about a decade ago. The Ohme family, after maintaining it for all those years, just said, we can't do this anymore. And it was pretty close to not happening, and then God bless the Chelan County, they stepped up and said we have to keep this going, and they stepped in and took ownership of it, and which is why we still have it.
That's correct. They are the managing entity for Ohme Gardens, but I don't think many community members know that we're self-supporting. So what that means is we rely heavily on donations from the community, bookings from the community, events, corporate sponsorship. There's many opportunities that are available, and so if someone is interested, they could reach me at any time.
It's funny, we were talking off camera, it's amazing how many people who have lived here their whole life or have been here for many, many years, they've been to Ohme Gardens once, maybe twice over the course of 2 decades. It's like, what are you thinking? It's gorgeous up there, year-round.
Yeah, it is, and this coming year is Ohme's 90th anniversary. And so there is going to be, moving forward, many opportunities for additional reasons for people to come up. So whether it's an educational opportunity or a music event, maybe comedy, some type of, I don't know, like fairies and gnomes and all sorts of different kind of activities up
The,
there.
the kind of events you can run up there are almost endless. I mean,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you just half of it is the natural beauty of it, and then you have
Right.
enough square footage to do events like what Robert Sandage has been doing for the last 3 or 4 years.
Absolutely. They really have knocked it out of the park.
So let's talk. We got 2 things to talk about, but first thing is first. I want to talk about this Wenatchee Valley College 3D design class. Talk about this. This is cool.
Yes, so it was the Wenatchee Valley College. The professor out there, Natalie Dozier, runs a 3D design art class, and her class has come up to Ohme Gardens, and they have been working diligently over the last 3 weeks to put in a outdoor art installation in Ohme. And that is to be revealed this Thursday, October 25th, at 1:30. And so the public is invited to come out and take a look at that and move through Ohme in a different way, because there will be some added visual interest there that should be really interesting.
Ohme Gardens itself is a work of art, and then you add art to art.
Yes.
It's like double art.
Yeah, it's double
There you
art.
go.
There, I love it.
Well, this is. How long is it going to be there? Is it just a one-time thing? Is it going to be like through for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. So the opening is on Thursday, but the actual times that you can come out is also this Friday and Saturday, and that is from
She's got it on the phone.
12 to 3 o'clock.
I got your notes. too.
Yeah, from 12 to 3 o'clock on the 26th and 27th, and then you could also come out on November 2nd or 3rd from 12 to 3 as well. A real good opportunity for the community to support inspiring artists, and that's what that collaboration, I see that collaboration happening in the future, which is educational opportunities with the community and Ohme, and marrying up that amazing 9 acres, and then, you know, whatever the community can imagine beyond.
So this is basically you can go up and visit Ohme like you would any other day. Only this is just a little added element to it.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and it is free admission, and
That's a good
we're
price.
we're just accepting donations. We are self-supporting, as I've said, but this is to celebrate the artists in the valley.
And if this goes over well, this is something you can do like on a regular basis in the spring and the summer. And
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
let's talk about Make a Difference Day. You're the pick and shovel guy, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So what do we need to do on Saturday besides a strong back and some work gloves?
So we have most of our staff, our maintenance staff, get laid off at the end of the season, which is October 15th. So between now and the time the snow flies, we have a lot of things that get done, and so it's either me or the inmates doing it when we get them. So what we're going to be focusing on is one large patch right directly behind from where people normally get married. It's got a beautiful view of the valley, and we actually just reopened it a little bit. We took some branches down and made that view a little bit more open. And so we're hoping to redo that hillside behind there. So it looks good how it is, but we really think that we can improve that. So to be able to have community members come out and help us and support us in that is huge, because something that could take me a month doing it by myself, we can get done in 4 hours. So
You feel a kind of a sense of responsibility for maintaining Ohme Gardens? I mean, that's,
yeah.
you know, that's got to be, that's a lot on your shoulders.
Yeah,
Dad.
so the administrator who just retired has been doing it for 20-something years, and so he's upkept it for that long. And before that, it was the Ohmes. So it's like I'm the next in line to keep that going. So it is a little nerve-wracking. So if I could get some help, that'd be awesome. We also have other stuff we're going to be doing, possibly a little bit of trail repair, trail fill. We have a bunch of lady ferns that need to get trimmed down before the winter hits. So there's something for everyone.
And a lot of those trees are original to the planting of 90 years ago, right?
Yeah, so if you look at some of our older pictures, it's kind of cool, because it's like, you look at all the other hills around here, there are no trees, and that's what it was then too. So anything that's on that hillside has either been planted by the Ohmes or has been propagated through the years. So
Yeah.
it's unique.
What do people need to, time and place? I'm sure there's orientation and some safety things you need to go through.
Yeah, so everyone, we're asking people to show up at 8 o'clock. Of course, you can come at any time, but if we get everyone there at 8 o'clock, then we can get people signed up and orientated and get them out and working, because it is a short time. We are going to be providing some refreshments and stuff. And
Good. Coffee, I hope.
we'll have tools, but we are asking people to bring their own work gloves.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And then you'll be ready to put it down for the winter, and
Yes.
that way, when spring rolls around, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah,
Right?
correct.
Just like any other yard or garden, if you
Yeah.
put it to bed correctly in October,
right.
it wakes up just fine come
Just-
March and April.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you're an idea person. You're 3 months into the job. You're probably just bursting at the seams with things that you want to see and do and get the word out about Ohme Gardens.
Absolutely.
You want to give us a sneak preview of what you got in the hopper there,
Oh
Dina?
gosh, there's so much that is going to happen this next year. So a lot of work over this winter. And then the two key pieces are this idea that we'll be celebrating our 90th anniversary. Apple Blossom is celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. And so we're going to do just a number of events all through the year related to that and that celebration. Getting all those people in the community that haven't been up in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, back up there, give them a really good reason to come back up to Ohme and support Ohme. And then the other piece is we're going to start working on the building of a new visitor center.
Okay.
And that is huge for us. All the buildings on the property are
Old.
yeah.
I'll just say it.
There we
old.
go. There we
you
go. Yeah. So we're really excited about that. So we're still in the very early phases of that, but there's a lot of opportunities around that, and so you'll be seeing a lot of activity there.
You're answerable to the Chelan County Board of Commissioners, but as you said, you're supposed to be self-sustaining. They only give you a little bit of money, and the rest of it you're on your own.
With that, there you go.
So can you just write a check and say pay to the order of Ohme Gardens, and does that work? How does people just want to? I love Ohme Gardens. I can't physically work anymore, but I want to help you out. Here's money. Can they do
Yeah,
that?
I mean, if you can't come up for Make a Difference Day, I mean, we'd love to see you up there for Make a Difference Day or for this Wenatchee Valley art project that's coming up. It would be lovely to have some donations that come in towards this end of the year so that we can actually properly just kick off this new year and fund the gardens the way they should properly be funded. Yep.
Crazy question for you, Jason. How do you water that place? Because my guess is when they put it in, there was no irrigation.
A really big pump. Yeah.
So seriously, how do you do it?
The irrigation system actually got an upgrade about 3 or 4 years ago. So they redid all the mainline pipe and all some of the secondary lines and all new valves, all new sprinkler systems. So it's kind of handy now. I got a remote. I get to go out there and I can be at the bottom of the hill and type in, zone 25 and click it on. So we do water at night, which brings challenges because we can't water while people are in the park. So. Yeah, it's just a big, giant 30 irrigation zone system. Yeah.
That's a 9-acre property. So,
Yeah.
we're talking about Make a Difference Day today, but if you have some interest in Ohme Gardens and its sustainability for the next 100 years, connect with Jason.
Okay.
You could connect with him on a regular basis, and we'd love to have you up there.
Yeah, we'll take volunteers anytime we can. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful, and if go to Ohme Gardens, I love it up there. I just whenever I go up there, I want to putt. I want to or play croquet or something like that. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It has just the right balance of little quiet areas where you can go away and reflect or read a book, and the views are phenomenal.
Or celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely. If you have family events or you have something that you want to celebrate this year, I mean, this is the place. It is the golden jewel.
Is that one last question? This is going to sound stupid. Is Ohme Garden still open? I mean, is it because you said that the October 15th is when you let your full-time staff go for the winter? But I mean, you can still go up there till when?
October 15th is the end of the season.
Yep.
So it's over, but for this art thing, you can come back up again.
This is a very special event
Okay.
for us and open for those hours
Okay.
to view. Yep.
Looking forward to it. And again, you want to be at Ohme Gardens at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. Bring work gloves. Everything else is going to be provided, including refreshments. And let's get this baby ready to go for the 90th year. Can you come back and see me again? We'll talk.
Yes, absolutely.
Not for you. I'm kidding, Jason.
I'm okay with that.
I'm kidding. I've had a million questions about Ohme Gardens because I love it so much, and growing up in a big household with a lot of yard, I'm always curious about how they maintain that thing.
We want you out there
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
much as possible. Thank
We're
you.
looking for volunteers.
Yeah, anytime. Make a Difference Day. Do it. Ohme Gardens on Saturday. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.